Because what they told me in school about evolution and what my friends have been telling me, if you're not there training them up in their bent and giving them God along with it, showing them that they need to be prostrate before a holy God, what ends up happening is you are going to find yourself with a rebellious child. You're going to find yourself hurting one day because they just don't seem to get it. It's all because they're going to reflect what you do or don't do. So I'm going to give you 3 things from Dr. Tony Evans. We'll walk out of here. First of all, you're going to have to teach them. So here it is. Teach them convincingly. Teach them convincingly. You must first be convinced yourself. You can't teach them if you don't know. And if you know but you don't believe, you can't teach them. It's easy to teach them 2 plus 2 is 4 because you believe that. You know how I know you believe it? Because if they say 2 plus 2 is 5, you'll get upset after a while. You don't be standing there, look, 2 and 2 is 4. That's the way you ought to be with the Word of God. You ought to be right there going, look, no, we're going to get this. If you can get upset with them for not understanding their math, you need to be just as passionate about this Word. You have to live it to teach it. Number 2, teach them consistently. That means in all situations, at all times, every chance you get. Every chance you get. I don't care if you're in the line at McDonald's and they sit there, I sure am hungry. Son, let me teach you about patience. Let me teach you about, you're hungry, you're hurting. James says that you'll suffer so that God can give you more patience. We're going to read that when we get home. Always teaching. Trina now knows grace. Kind of sad I taught her grace. Asked for grace the other day. Can I have the grace? Don't throw my word back at me. But in all things at all times, it's the Word. Last thing, teach them conspicuously. Now that means don't hide any part of the Word. Don't hide it. In the Old Testament, they were told to put the Word on the doorposts and around the necks and all over the place. Just have the Word everywhere. Let them see you read the Bible. Let them see you read it. I have an advantage. Trina Ashley, Daddy's in the office. He's working on eating that Bible again. Okay, but you know what? They'll be that way with you. Kitchen table, something in the morning. They should see you consistently. Don't hide it from them. And when they look at you, you know, they look at you too. Come here. Let me tell you what I'm reading. Let me tell you why I'm reading. Let me tell you what this means for you. Constantly teaching them. Constantly. And what you'll find is that they will come back and ask you some of the deepest questions you'll ever want to hear. Trina asked me the other day, and I'll leave you with this. She asked me, I think it was Friday. It was Thursday. We were in the car, and she said to me, Daddy, if God made everything, I said, yes, everything. He made everything. She said, Daddy, okay, so who made God? I said, well, Trina, nobody made God. Nobody made God. Nobody made God. If somebody made God, that would be God. And I'm sitting there, and this is why it means so much to me. Most people go to seminary for that question. That causes 45 minutes of discussion from a professor to even get people to even first think about the question. Here I have a 7-year-old just turned asking me, okay, so then who made God? I said, well, nobody made God. It's something called eternity. You ever tried to explain eternity to a 7-year-old? Well, see, there's no time. What is time? You started at one point. I started what? Trina? We're going to work on it. We're going to work on it. I don't have the vocabulary. You don't have, what's vocabulary? Words. I don't have the words and you don't have the understanding. But you got the right question. This is one of those times I got to tell you to have faith that what I'm telling you is right. But at some point, me and you going to sit down and I'm going to explain this to you. I'm going to instruct you. And that's the way that we really have to be. Now, it started out, this is parenting all around, but fathers, in this kingdom life that we have, you have the responsibility to raise these kids. Don't depend on the women. I'm not saying they do great jobs. Many of you in here were raised by single parents. And they did a great job. But that is a burden that God did not design that woman for. Nowhere in his word did he tell that woman that this is what I want you to do. He said to you, fathers, this is your job. This is your responsibility. So let us all take that and then remember, what you do to your child, you're actually doing to your grandchild. Help out your grandchild. Raise your grandchild. Don't be the grandparent sitting there going, ooh, I wish you'd calm down, and ooh, I wish you wouldn't do that. And ooh, make sure you stop the cycle. God bless you.